Got me.
Oh, it worked. Hello, people of the internet. It's been a while since we've seen you, and we hope that we're seeing you now. It's me. I'm Carsey. There's Joe. You may remember him from other times that we've been on the internet. Often when I'm on the internet, Joe is in fact with me. This is a very special edition of the live stream. It is the COVID lost weekend makeup show. To explain what that means briefly, what happened is I got COVID, we missed a show, and our world just spiraled out of control, and I woke up in my COVID haze having lost several $1,000s into the void. So you're going to learn a little bit in this show about how the music business actually works. In case you want to know, you probably don't. You're going to feel worse when you do. But we're doing this to try and make up some of the lost COVID money, and also because we haven't done a live stream in a while, and they are actually fun, we realize now. When you're not panicking every month to try and do a live stream in order to have any income at all, they're kind of fun to do. So we're excited to do one. So here's some songs. Actually, keep that going because I just realized I should look at the comments real quick and make sure that we're making sound. Yes, yes, yes. I think that we are. Okay, good. Keep going. Looks great. Everything's great. Jesus Christ was a handsome man. He had nothing to hide. He said, give bread to the hungry, bring the homeless inside. Jesus Christ was a dangerous man. That's the way that he died, saying, be good to the people you love, and love everybody alive. Be good to the people Okay, I'm looking at comments again. So we don't have a sound engineer for this portion of the live stream. We will soon. John, my lovely husband, is running a little bit late. He's in a different state this time. Actually, he's always in a different state when he's running our sound. So I'm going to look at the comments real quick and see if anybody said, oh my God, we can't hear you. There's too much blah, blah, blah. Okay,
There's
all right.
too much fliberty.
Okay. Seems pretty good.
Hey.
Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Somebody said something about guitar, but then I lost it. But it was only one person, so sorry, person, I can't find you again. We're going to assume it's pretty good. So, yeah, that was the song Be Good. We were just reminiscing about when I wrote that song in Joe's living room, deep in the first lockdown. Pretty early in the pandemic, actually, I wrote it, and Joe gave me a wonderful compliment when I played it for him. Do you remember what you said?
I said, I was quite like, I wasn't like, oh, but I was like, are you ready to play that every night for the rest of your life?
Yeah. He was like, so you ready to play that every night for the rest of your life?
It came
I was
out
like,
very
oh,
quickly.
Thanks. I think he really meant like, am I ready to play this every night for the rest of my life? You, Joe.
Yeah. Better learn it quick.
And we have been playing it. We have been playing it every show. So there you have it. He was right. Good prediction. We're going to talk a little bit in this show about where all the money went. We're not going to start talking about it yet because I need John here to put up the banners to explain how our math works. But I did sit down before the show and figure out how much money I lost last month from getting COVID, which feels kind of passé. I'm like, at this point in the pandemic, you still have to lose a bunch of money when you get COVID? Come on.
Turns out that's a hallmark of COVID.
Come on. So yeah, we only really lost one gig, but it was an expensive gig to get to. So one of the biggest expenses was just paying to fly everyone to Ottawa. And we had to do that even though we didn't get to play the gig. So this is all money that actually was spent and then was not reimbursed. This is not like, hey, I was supposed to make money and I didn't get to. This is like the credit card was swiped, the money is gone forever, gig or no gig. So we're trying to just make some of that back. Oh, John's here, look. Oh my gosh, that's the banner with all of our totals. So paying the band is the first thing we're going to cover because I always pay the band. Oh, APB, always pay the band. That's my new acronym. I'll make shirts. So always pay the band. Band got paid, and the flights got covered. And I'm trying to get that money back from you guys, my dear friends, who often save my ass in situations like this. So there's a couple ways to donate. You can do Venmo, PayPal, etc. There it is. Boom. And with that, we'll play another song. This is called Down in the Streets. I also wrote this in Joe's living room. Mama, it's a disaster, going faster and faster, and all of my heroes turning out to be bastards. Ain't no peace to be found in this company town, 'cause the house will keep winning till we burn the house down. And all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we're gonna fight. For all our friends in the up above, with all our rage and all our love, added fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight, where they call it a riot, 'cause we ain't keeping quiet. But if you've been listening, we know you don't buy it. And they say we've been stealing, but who's the real villain? When we can't even make a living, they're out there making a killing. And all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we're Thank you. Well, you may notice we're not in the shed. This is actually my kitchen dining room area that you're looking at right now, of my own house, and I hope that the internet's working. I've been under the impression that our internet works pretty good now, and so I felt like it was safe to do a live stream from here. I just heard from our lovely assistant John that we should turn the guitar down a smidge, which I'm happy to do. Whoops. I think it is this one. Just let me know if I need to do that anymore. Thank you, person, and also John. Someone said that in the comments, is what I heard. So yeah, this is my house, and I also wanted to say about that. Let's do fishing.
Yeah, sounds good.
I also wanted to say that we're playing in front of my Louisiana wall. I used to live in Louisiana in New Orleans, and we moved in the pandemic, and but I miss it often, and so this is my Louisiana wall. As you can see, we have anatomical drawings of oysters. This right here is a Mardi Gras poster from not the year I was born, but the year after I was born, 1986, which my grandma had in her house when I was a little kid, and then I inherited it from her when she passed a couple years ago. And I love that it was my grandma's, and also it's another New Orleans connection. This right here is a picture of my friend Al Jackson marching with the Black Men of Labor crew in the year 1999 in Mardi Gras, in a Mardi Gras parade. Over there is a mule by my friend Marshall Blevins from Lafayette, Church Goin' Mule on Instagram. She also did my Buck Up album paintings. And that right there has nothing to do with New Orleans, except that you can't really see this, but that is a woodblock print by Dan Reeder, one of our very favorite songwriters. And it's a picture of a guy playing upright bass in front of a burning city. And it says, "Rome burns, I jam with Nero." That also reminds me of New Orleans. Anyway, sticking with the songs I wrote in Joe's house theme, I thought we would play this song, "Fishin' With You," which I wrote for John Prine. Okay. I heard that Joe's mic is muffled. Before we play this, we should fix it.
Chicky. Yo, yo, yo. One,
a little
two,
more Joe in your life.
1, 2. Hey, internet.
Hey, internet. All right. So this one's for John Prine. Hey, John Prine, thanks for the tunes. They were sweet as peaches, crazy as loons. You were telling us how to be good to each other. Smart ass, smiling, aimless lover. But it's rough down here since we got the news. Might take a miracle to kill these blues. And everybody been crying like a little girl in a whole wide, big old, goofy world. But tonight, heaven is a happier place. They were all sick of singing Amazing Grace. Now it's fish and whistle, lean on me. Everybody's singing in harmony. Tonight in heaven it must be nice. They're all eating peaches in paradise. All of them angels line up in a queue just to go fishing with you. Just to go fishing with you. John Prine, one more thing. You're the one who made us all wanna sing. You made it look so easy and sound so fun. We'll sing a little sweeter now that you're all done. Please tell Petty we've been breaking down since. Merle and Bowie and Leonard and Prince. You got a pretty good band up there, I guess. And we all wish you all the best. Tonight, heaven is a happier place. They were all sick of singing Amazing Grace. Now it's fish and whistle, lean on me. Everybody singing in harmony. Tonight in heaven must be nice. They're all eating peaches in paradise. All of them angels line up in a queue just to go fishing with you. Just to go fishing with you. Just to go fishing with Jesus. so petty in you. Oh. I heard that there is a tribute to John Prine happening in October in Nashville, and a little bird told me that I might get to be there, and I hope that I will. It's been a long time coming. Long, weird couple of years since that guy passed away. I blame the passing of John Prine. Threw the whole world out of orbit. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other songs on this list that I wrote in Joe's house. Because if so, we should do a whole set. Well,
I lived in your house at one point.
That's right. Were any of these written?
So that puts a lot of them back on the list.
Yeah. Well, also, what about Ain't No Sin?
Yeah, that's true.
We wrote that together in your house. That definitely counts. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a few. Oh, I've set myself too far from the tuning pedals. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes. Ain't No Sin, we wrote during a little songwriting sesh that we were like, oh, let's write songs. And then we spent all day and we didn't get very far, if I recall. We were like, oh, nothing's working, I give up. And then you were like, hey, just get your iPhone out and let's hear all the voice memos. It was 10 p.m. or something. I was like, oh, it was a bad day. All is lost. And Joe was like, shut up. And we listened to my iPhone memos. And I had a little song that was like, it was like, na 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 na. And you were like, let's make that into a song. So we did. And it goes like this. Well, my mama said that I ought to be committed, and my daddy said that I ought to go to church, and the preacher said that I ought to be repenting till the day they lay me down in the dirt. But when I go and I get to heaven, well, I know that I'm gonna get in, 'cause I'm just the way that the good Lord made me. And it might be crazy, but it ain't no sin. No, it ain't no sin. Well, maybe I lay with the wrong kind of lover, got an aching heart and a worrying mind, and I ain't obeyed my father and mother, but I tell the truth and I try to be kind. So when I go and I get to heaven, well, I know that I'm gonna get in, 'cause I'm just the way the good Lord made me. And it might be crazy, but it ain't no sin. No, it ain't no sin. Hallelujah. How sweet the sound. I was lost, and now I'm found. When I go and I get to heaven, well, I know that I'm gonna get in, 'cause I'm just the way the good Lord made me. Yeah, and it might be crazy, but it ain't no sin. No, it ain't no sin. It ain't no sin. It ain't no sin. Yes. Another memory about that song, very apropos. That was the song I was singing when I lost my voice completely in Dublin, which turned out to be COVID. At the time, I thought I was having like an allergy attack because it felt like my throat was closing up. I wasn't coughing. My lungs didn't hurt. I didn't have a sore throat. All that came later. The very first thing that happened was I lost my voice. I don't know if anybody's watching who was in Dublin. Oh, John says turn down the bass a little. Can you get to that? Tiny bit. He said it's breaking up. Maybe just turn down the gain. Anyway, we were in Dublin playing a show that I'd been just so excited to play for so long. And about 6 or 7 songs in, I felt a weird thing in my throat. And then, boop, my voice just kind of disappeared. Started to disappear. I took a couple whiffs off of an inhaler, thinking it was an allergic reaction. It had no effect at all. So then I was like, ooh, boy, what songs can I play without much of a voice? I still had a few notes. And I was like, oh, Ain't No Sin is easy to sing. And then as I was playing the song, I was like, oops, except for the bridge. So Pat sang the bridge for me. He did great.
He did.
He's got the range, that guy. He's got the pipes. And that's one reason that we like to pay Pat money. I wanted to say, so I always pay the band, and I want to pay the band first. I told them I would pay them even if I got COVID and that show got canceled. And that's because the way that works, if you're a sideman, is I, the band leader, ask those guys for dates many months in advance. So I say, like, there's a weekend in July, and I want to go play a festival, so mark down on your calendar that you are not available. So that means that they have to turn down other gigs that pay money in order to play the gigs that they play with me. So these guys, you work every weekend, like pretty much spring, summer, and fall. So if they're not playing with me, they might be playing with another artist or playing a wedding or like an event. So if suddenly my gig gets canceled and there's no money, that doesn't just mean that they lost the money from my gig. It means they lost the money for that weekend, which normally they could rely on throughout the year. So it's not really fair to be like, oops, I got COVID. Fuck you guys. No money. Haha. And I, as the business owner, feel that I have to take on that risk. And I did, and I can, and it's totally fine. And if you don't want to send me money for it, I totally hear you. A lot of people lost a lot of money from COVID. It wasn't just me. But I thought for those of you who are interested in it, it might be interesting to hear how it all works. So that's some little behind-the-scenes tidbits for you. Okay, and it sounds like, yes, I am vaccinated, Maria. I'm vaccinated, and I've had 2 boosters, which is probably one of the reasons my case was very mild. Statistically, when you're vaccinated, the COVID cases that you do get are milder and have much lower rates of hospitalization, much lower rates of mortality. So it doesn't keep you from getting it, sadly. I wish it was totally gone, but it isn't. We've all had it despite our vaccinations, but we've all made it through pretty easy. So yeah, it didn't hit me that hard, the actual sickness, but it hit me hard enough that I couldn't play a gig, which doesn't have to be that hard when the first thing that happens is you lose your voice. My voice didn't come back for like almost a full 2 weeks. I had to take steroids to get my voice back, and that sucked. But now we're here. Okay, with that, want to play Dealing with the Devil? Ooh, I have this. Should we do this? We're doing it? Let's do it. Am I doing it or are you doing it? You should do it.
Okay. Cool.
This is called Dealing with the Devil. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There are good men in this world, I don't need to be told. I like 'em wide and handsome, with hearts of solid gold. But I don't give a half a damn for lying, cheating fools. And you've been dealing with the devil, so now I got to deal with you. And you can take that double talking dirty mouth, take it out my house and drive it south. And you can take that beat up out-of-tune guitar, put it in the backseat of that ugly beat-up car. And when you get to Mississippi, I left told your woman too. You've been dealing with the devil, and now she got to deal with you. Come on. win. But they don't run for office because they don't ever win.
Yeah, you're right.
And the devil don't know half the tricks you politicians do. But you've been dealing with the devil. Now we got to deal with you. So you could take that devil talk and filibuster can't pass legislation, Mom. You could take it out my house and drive it south. Drive it south. You could take that money grabbing coal machine. Put it in the backseat of that big black limousine. And when you get to West Virginia, I'll have told them people too. You've been dealing with the devil, now they got to deal with you. Honey, you've been dealing with the devil, and now they got to deal with you. I said you've been dealing with the devil, and now we got to deal with you. Yeah. I wrote that song in this room that we're in right now. Wow. It's all coming back around.
Is the bass still blowing up?
Oh. Bass is still blowing up, yeah. Try the gain on this channel. I feel like I remember that this board doesn't like low end.
It don't like it.
It doesn't like it. I heard from our lovely assistant, John, that we have hit the first goal of covering the band. Hey! Yeah, the top one. Yeah, that should do it. Check. Yes, I'm very glad. The band has been paid, and now I have been recouped for having paid the band. First I got the COVID, we lost the Canada gig. That's a whole saga, which is actually kind of funny that I'll tell you about a little bit later. But then another thing that happened like a week after that is that we had a canceled flight to Wisconsin, and instead of playing the festival, we were supposed to play the Mile of Music Festival in Appleton, which is an incredible festival. Instead of doing that, the first day we were supposed to play, we spent the entire day in the Albany airport, which is not a great airport. And they had like routed us to Albany because they were like, there's probably more flights to Chicago from Albany. But then we were there for like 8 hours before we could actually get on a flight. So while we were sitting in the Albany airport drinking martinis, I was crying to the guys eating nachos, drinking martinis. And I was talking about how I've been touring now for more than 15 years. And it took me that whole time to have an account in my bank that says touring. It's called touring. And it had several $1,000s in it as a cushion. And I felt so secure and just well cared for and good about the world having a few $1,000s in that account. And man, 1 week and that shit was gone. One bad week. It was like, it took 15 years of like, not just hard work, but like luck and a lot of people helping me and like basically everything going right just to have an account called touring with a little bit of money in it. And it took 1 week for that to go, bink, it's gone. Gone. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're doing here today is we're trying to replenish the touring account. Man, I hope I'm not being too much of a sob story. I'm always like split on how much of this information to give you guys because I do like to be like a optimistic, fun person and giving a light of hope in the world, and I am. But I also want to like tell you what's really going on out there. It's crazy. I also think like with the whole social media stuff, there's like a lot of pressure to be like, everything's going great. We're on tour. Look, now we're in Denver playing for a lot of people. Everything's so amazing. So I often want to balance that with being like, but last week I had COVID and I lost $5,000 and then I was crying in an airport. But now we're in Denver. That's more what it's really like. So now you know. Gosh. How about Haba? Really can't reach that from here, can I?
Is this still popping off?
Yeah, John, let us know if the bass is still distorting, because we should be able to fix that. While I tune this, we can fix that. It's sad, because the bass isn't loud enough, I think, in my headphones, but I think that computers don't like low end is the problem. They get mad about it. Level sounds good, he says.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Anyway, being both sunny and realistic. Yes. Actually, here's a good segue. This song's kind of about that. It isn't safe out here, it's perfectly clear. I should've known it was a big mistake. I could've stayed at home, not answered the phone, and never given you my heart to break. But lovers run to ruin, soldiers run to war. Ships are safe in harbor, but it ain't what ships are for. Hearts are made for breaking, you were made for me. So batten down the hatches, honey, we'll sail away to sea. We had a lot to learn and courage to burn. We were the cutest little fools in town. I was an awful mess, but you were the best, and I was trying not to let you down. But lovers run to ruin, soldiers run to war. Ships are safe in harbor, but that ain't what ships are for. Hearts are made for breaking, you were made for me. So batten down the hatches, honey, we'll sail away to sea. It can seem insane, the wind and the rain, howling through the dark of the night. When the stars come out, the darkest of doubt is nothing to the joy of their light. It isn't safe out there, and you're getting scared, and honey, you got every right to be. But the time is now, so steady the prow and go ahead into the mystery. Lovers run to ruin, soldiers run to war. Ships are safe in harbor, but that ain't what ships are for. Hearts are made for breaking, you were made for me. So batten down the hatches, honey, we'll sail away to sea. Oh, that was pretty. Nice harmonies. Cheers with this very green drink. It's actually just mint tea. I swear, it's not absinthe.
The whole thing.
Oh, sweet comments from other people that had COVID and lost money about it. It's happening. That's been happening. That has been happening. I also wanted to mention, so John put up there for a second, the next thing we're raising money for, which is our flights home from Canada. Fun story about that. We had 4 flights home from Canada for myself, Joe, Pat, and Sean. And only 3 of them were actually flown because, of course, I had COVID and I knew it. Turned out Joe and Pat also had COVID, but they didn't know yet. So those guys flew home. But before that, Joe drove me from Ottawa just across the Canadian border to, what was the town called? Harmon or something? Morristown was the Canadian town, but on the New York side, it was called like Harmon or Herbert or something. Herman. It was a guy's name. That's why I said Herbert. Yeah. Herman. Joe drove me to Herman, New York, over the border into the U.S. so that my brother Elijah could come and meet me and pick me up and drive me home. Elijah had just had COVID the previous week, so we decided that he was probably the most immune, and it was true. He didn't get it from me. So, oh, nice. So we're raising money for those flights, only 3 of which were taken. Fun story about trying to cross the border, though. As we were trying to get into Herman, New York, we were like, we probably shouldn't tell them that I have COVID and that's why you're driving me across the border, because then you won't be able to get back into Canada and take your own flight home. But like the border guys were they just really wanted to know a lot of stuff. I guess that's how they are. They're very officious and nosy, I would call it. And so we were like in the car and they were like, what are you guys doing? And we were like, oh, we're a band.
I don't know, man.
What did we say? We said we were a band and that you guys had played a show or we had played a show.
We were visiting people in upstate.
And Joe was going to drop me off to visit my brother in Herman, New York. And that apparently was our big mistake because the guy was like, no one lives in Herman. Yeah, right. Why are you going to
Herman?
He's like, I'm from Herman. Why are you going to Herman? Why's your brother in Herman? He's not in Herman. And we were like, oh, shit, we picked the wrong town. Nobody actually lives there. But he decided, I guess in the end, he decided to let us across to Herman. So,
because he had to.
Yeah, but then you had trouble getting back across, too.
Yeah, they were like, why did you just go to Herman?
And then I was like, did we do wrong? Should we have just said, like, we're trying to get a COVID person out of Canada ASAP. Get out of our way. We were in a Canadian rental car, so, like, they would have to let you back. But I guess
trying to not spread it.
I guess they don't have to do anything. Yeah, we were trying to not spread COVID, but it turns out to be harder than you think. If you find yourself not in your home state with COVID, it's actually pretty hard to figure out what to do about that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but all the flights, of course, whether you take them or not, you still have to pay for them. So that is what we're trying to cover now. Want to play That Boy?
Yeah.
I wrote this in my watermelon in New Orleans, not even near here, not even close to either of our houses. 1, 2. That boy wears his clothes too tight, goes out drinking every night, comes home singing and picking fights. That's a sight to see. That boy, well, he's always broke. He makes a crack and he laughs at his joke. Looks like hell, he smells like smoke. But that don't bother me, 'cause he's wild, he's reckless, got a heart on his sleeve out the sides of Texas. Ill advised and it's unexpected, but just for old time's sake, wanna make one last mistake. Mistake. Hey. That boy got a filthy mouth. Somebody's mama ought to wash it out. He got a kiss like summer in the dirty South. I don't mind it all, 'cause that boy's going to my head. Whatever I ought to be doing instead. Gonna spend all day in his unmated. Boy, we'll have a ball, 'cause he's wild, he's reckless, got a heart on his sleeve outside of Texas. Ill advised and it's unexpected, just for old time's sake, wanna make one last mistake. I wanna make one last mistake. I used to be that kind of girl. Oh, I was a real live wire, and I thought that I had up and grown, but there ain't no outrunning all of that damn desire. But that boy, na na na, now, na 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 na, that boy, na na na, now, na 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 na, that boy, yeah, yeah, that boy, na na na, na 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 na. Okay, I gotta get rid of this 5 o'clock shadow I have from this from this mic as the sun goes down. I guess I'll scooch up. Guess we'll get a little closer. Get a little, Maybe I'll put it on this side away from the lighting. Guys, okay, money is coming in, covering the stuff that we lost from COVID. It feels good. It makes me happy. Thank you very much. That's really fabulous news. I really appreciate it. Speaking of money and support and you guys being great, there's also Patreon, which is like a monthly subscription to me, where you get to hear all my new songs before anybody else does. I'm pretty sure all the songs that I just played and almost all the songs we'll do today went on Patreon before they went anywhere else. I usually, as soon as I have a demo that I'm happy with of a new song, I toss it onto Patreon. There's a brand new song on there that I don't even think Joe's heard from a couple of weeks ago. And so if you like hearing new songs, be a patron. And the other thing about Patreon is that following this very live stream, there will be a Patreon after party. So only patrons will have the link to Zoom. It's up on Patreon already. And as soon as we're done with this show, we're going to head over to Zoom and do an all request after party. We'll play anything you want as long as we know it. Actually, even if we don't. Mary says, I live in Buffalo. I've never heard of Herman, so I Googled it. Population is 422. Wow, we really did mess up, actually. We're not very good, like, spies, I guess.
Yeah, we're not very covert.
We're not very covert. That's not one of the things people say about me, at least. What else would be fun to play? I'm just kind of winging it here. I have a set list, but I'm just playing whatever I feel like. So what do I feel like now? Oh, want to play Together Too Long?
Yeah.
That key? This song is kind of old. I'm just saying this because you might not know it. It's from the Idiot Heart record, which came out 10 years ago. However, there's a new version of it coming out on the new album Body of Work, which is like coming out one song a month. So if you like this song, get ready. There'll be another version. As far as I know, a lot of people do like it, except my mom thinks it's too mean. I saw you standing in a crowded room, and it's a long time later, but it's still too soon. And it's not like everything you did was wrong. Baby, I loved you, but we stayed together too long. Baby, it was not bad, isn't like I take it back. You and I had quite a lot of fun, in fact, and it's not like anything went really wrong. Baby, I loved you, but we stayed together too long. Now that it's all over and you're saving face, you say you wanna be my friend, but I don't know what I saw in you in the first place, and I hope I never ever have to see you again. Took my books back, records from my bedroom shelf. It was a small flat, now you got it to yourself. And I know that probably I did you wrong. Baby, I'm sorry, but we stayed together too long. Now that it's all over and you're saving face, you say you wanna be my friend, but I don't know what I saw in you in the first place, and I hope I never ever had to see you again. This isn't my fault, we were never meant to be. It isn't your fault, I could tell you honestly. We knew it when we started, there was something wrong. Should've known better, but we stayed together too long. I never ever had know the feeling. I think we've all felt that before. A breakup where you're like, and I really hope that I never see you again. Have a nice life. We found a Bukowski poem about that kind of a breakup. Like an alarm clock into the Grand Canyon.
Man, oh man.
Man, oh man. Cool. Hey, songs. How about American Kid?
Yeah.
I feel like I was going to say something. There were some really nice comments. I have a hard time keeping a thing in my mind while I'm also playing a song. I'm just excited I don't totally forget the lyrics when I see a thing come up on the screen. I've gotten good at this from practice, I guess. What did I want to say, though? Gosh. People said nice stuff. People are nice. Let's see. We're still working on covering those flights. But we're really close. $120 and the flights are covered. Man, if the band and the flights are covered, woo! That is really a load off my mind. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I had written a Facebook post like when all this was happening where I was like, I got COVID and I lost so much money and now I'm sad and sick in my shed in my backyard. And a lot of people sent money from that post. And I thought that was just so sweet and heartwarming. So we weren't starting at 0 today. That's why we've gotten all the way up to $24.70. Ha ha! Because people have been sending money throughout the month out of the sweetness of their little sweet little hearts. That's you guys. Appreciate it. This one's American Kid. Once an American kid, growing up on hollow ground, rode to the river on a pretty red horse in a pretty little country town. But I grew up fast and I cast my vote for the president, and I had my doubts but I still had hope till I read the fine print. Don't look now, but it won't be long. They're gonna wonder what we did, and we'll have to admit that we done them wrong. God help the American kid. Oh, God help the American kid. Papers too, and I see them on the TV screen. Baby, they know not what they do, but I wish they'd say what they mean. We stole this nation fair and square, and a whole lot of people in chains. But it was all for the glory of God, I swear. Capital gains. Don't look now, but it won't be long. They're gonna wonder what we did, and we'll have to admit that we done them wrong. God help the American kid. Oh, God help the American kid. wrote that song in my old car, the Ford Focus, the gray one, Midge the Pidge, on the side of the road on the way to New Orleans. I think I was in Louisiana, but like North Louisiana. The weird part where it gets like really greasy out all of a sudden, like the sky is like heavy and you're like, ugh. Kind of gives you like a creepy feeling. I wrote a lot of songs on that stretch, I think, where you like enter the river delta and like the sky's really low and everything's like hot and close and you're like, ugh.
What? How does that happen?
What
is even happening there? But I know what you mean.
I don't know. I mean, it probably is just the Mississippi River Delta has like a big old humidity divot, you know?
Humidity divot.
It has like the air is shaped weird and it just hangs really low. That's what it feels like. All right, let's do some acousties. This is fun. I like music. Some of you may know Joe and I have been playing music together for nigh on to 13 years.
13, almost.
2006?
2009.
2009. Oh yeah, me and John's 2006. I always confuse my anniversaries. 2009, October. So next month. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 13
Lucky number
years.
13.
Yeah. So, there's a bunch of new patrons. Cool. Phil, Danielle, CJ, Ma, Lisa, and Tim. See you at the after party. We're aiming for 7:30. We're going to try and get there quick and not do a long break, but I probably will have to pee. So we're going to wrap this up around, right before 7:30, 7:25 probably, and then we'll head straight to the Zoom for the patrons. And we hope to see you there. You want to play... Ooh, that's two bummers in a row. Maybe we shouldn't play that. You want to play right in the middle of it?
Yeah.
That's not a bummer. In the key of B, as soon as I'm tuned to be able to play in that key, we will play it. This song, right in the middle of it. Joe and I wrote this together, and it was inspired heavily by our mutual friend Eva, who was diagnosed with breast cancer just over a year ago and who is now no evidence of disease. And she has told me that I can tell that story as long as when I say it, I say, go get a mammogram. So go get a mammogram, everyone. Here's right in the middle of it. I remember where it all went wrong. Bad day and the night was long. You were looking for the light of dawn, but you were right in the middle of it. Good Lord, honey, heaven's sake, are you never gonna catch a break? Taking everything that you can take, but you're right in the middle of it. When it don't work out, well, you know to run to. south, honey, I'm coming south too. I'll be knocking at your front door, 'cause that's what a friend's for. Ooh, when you're right in the middle of it. Ooh, when you're right in the middle of it. Ooh, when you're right in the middle of it. Yeah, that's a fun song.
It's a fun song.
I think one thing that has kept. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're almost to the next goal. Cool. Actually, John gave it away already. We made the hotel goal, he said. Is that true? Or is it a lie? We might have made the hotel goal, you guys. We might have done it. We might have done it. We might have been right in the middle of it, and then you guys came through when it all went south. We knew who to run to, and it was you, our friends and fans and family out there in the internet land. I feel like John might be editing this banner right now, or possibly he's stepped away from the computer and he is fixing it right now. We have made the hotel goal, and I'm really excited about that. So that means everything that I spent on the COVID void weekend, black hole COVID weekend, where we were supposed to play in Canada and instead we played nowhere, has now been recouped. So thank you guys.
I remember it well.
That is amazing. Wow, what a good time to say that too, because it really does remind me of that song, which is about friendship. Aw, and being supported even when you feel like everything's going wrong. Woo, we did feel that way there. There was a dark time last month, but now it's a much better time. While we were playing that song, I was thinking about how it's structured and how I just talked about me and Joe playing together for 13 years. I think one of the things that has kept us together so long as a musical duo is that we both listen very widely. We have a lot of different kinds of music that we both really enjoy. And so that song is like a little bit of a Frankenstein song. And I thought it might be fun to tell you some of the things that inspired it. The first one was we saw a set from Susie Boggess last summer, and it was just so freaking cool and good. And we both were raised on CMT, country music television. It was on in the background for a lot of our childhood, so we both have a great love of 90s country music, which Susie Boggess was part of that. She had a couple hits in the 90s, and she's been making music the whole time, and she's still just absolutely excellent and wonderful and writing great songs and performing so well. And she played with her trio, and they were like really slick Nashville trio with like really great harmonies and that whoo, 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 when you're right in the middle of it. I remember like having an idea for that kind of a melody when we were watching that Susie Boggess show. And then there's also that song, that Richard Thompson song.
Bright Lights.
Yeah. How's it go? Do you remember?
I want to see the bright.
Oh, yeah. I'm so tired of working every day. Now the weekends come, I'm gonna throw my troubles away. We just took the beginning chord progression from that song. Dun, 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 dun. So I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight, which is by, it's a Fairport Convention, right? Or is it just
Richard and Linda Thompson?
It's a Richard and Linda Thompson song that we've been pretty obsessed with, especially since the sort of the wrapping up of the pandemic. We started making a playlist called I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight, where it was like end of pandemic songs. Never really came all the way to fruition, but you know, we're getting there still. So what was the other one? There's at least one more influence in that song.
Can't remember.
Oh, I know what it is. This is a fun Easter egg. The bridge progression is from the song Torn. I was like, the bridge should be like Torn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. People who know Torn will know that this is how it goes. It's like a guitar solo in Torn,
It's like,
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how songwriting works. You just Frankenstein a song together with other songs that you like, and then you have a new song. Ta-da! Anyway, point is, you guys have raised a bunch of money for us, and we feel very, very grateful, and we feel like you've really come through for us when it all went south. And the last thing that This is our stretch goal because we still have a lot of time. I'm not going to worry about it, though. I'm just going to tell you any money that we raise after now will allow me to also be paid for going to Canada, even though I got COVID and didn't perform. A new thing for me is that I try to also pay myself and not just pay the band. But, of course, I didn't pay myself yet, so this money coming in now would go to paying myself. Also, I didn't pay my booking agent, Lara, or manager of the time, Nat. And Josette also is our admin person behind the scenes. She advances all the shows. So they're sort of the behind the scenes team. Those people didn't get paid for that show. So the money that comes in now will go to pay the rest of us who aren't the band. But the cool thing is that money hasn't been paid out yet, so this is all gravy. So give yourselves a high five. I'm going to high five you right now. Yes, very exciting times. Thanks, guys. You made me feel really good. Want to play Idiot Heart?
Yeah.
I wrote it down because it is a song, so I thought maybe we could play it.
I don't want to be alone in this bed. Won't you give me something I could take apart? I don't want to listen to the yelling in my head or the crying in my idiot heart. Idiot heart, you left me alone. You give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? It was a dark-eyed man, and I knew right away he was gonna take a turn for the worst. So I said, hey heart, if you're gonna go crazy, give a little warning first. Idiot heart, I should've left you at home. You give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? Ooh, you're an idiot, a lunatic, a nitwit, and you make a fool out of me. Oh, you're a sad sack, settle as a heart attack. Hey heart, when you gonna let me be? Hey heart, when you gonna let me be? Well, it doesn't take a lot to get you started, and I don't know how to turn you back off. I guess there ain't no rest for the idiot hearted until your heart finally stops. Idiot heart, I should've left you at home. You give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? Idiot heart, I guess I really should've known. You give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? You give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? Give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. Hey heart, leave me alone.
Yeah, another one from the CMT files, I think.
Cat Country 96. You listen to that here, by the way?
What was it?
Cat Country 96?
No, is that here?
That's like the Lehigh Valley country station that I grew up with.
Cat Country?
Cat Country,
Like,
yeah.
"Rah, cat."
Like the cat.
Wow.
Like, wow.
I haven't listened to that, but I'll check it out. I do kind of live in the Lehigh Valley now. I guess I do live in the Lehigh Valley. I live over on the New Jersey side. Joe grew up on the Pennsylvania side of the Lehigh Valley in Emmaus. I didn't live here till just a year and a half ago, so I'm discovering many of the delights of Joe's childhood, including the 99.9 The Hawk. That's a good radio station. It really is a good classic rock
The Hawk
station.
is killing. So
Yeah.
is ZZO. WZZO is also
is
very
also
good.
there's a lot of good radio here.
Yeah.
My very favorite one though is WDVR 90.5 in the Lehigh Valley. There's 2 shows on DVR that are weekly that are so good that they're in my Google Calendar. Like, oh, it's Thursday, 9 a.m. Time to turn on 90.5 so we can listen to Cats and Crooners with your host DJ Math. Her name is Math.
I believe in DJ Math. It was a little probably too refined for my blood.
Oh, yeah.
Back when I was
It is very,
12.
it's pretty far out. Like New Orleans also has a great radio station, OZ, WWOZ, which I listen to a lot. Tuesday nights was my favorite on OZ. And the thing that's so cool about real radio that you cannot get from Spotify is that people will do themes, and they'll be like Math will be like, okay, this time we're doing jazz songs about France. So it'll be like an entire like hour-long set of just jazz songs that are like about Paris in the spring or whatever the thing is. I love that shit. Anyway, radio is cool and I still like it. And one day I want to be a DJ. That's one of my next, in one of my later phases. Second, third career, I'll be a DJ, and then I'll be a YA novelist. Those are the two other things I want to do. Both very practical other jobs, you know. I have a good taste in practical, reasonable, money-making ventures. But look, I am making money right now. Ha-ha! Thanks, guys. All right, bringing it home, bringing it down. I mentioned that this Mardi Gras poster was given to me by my grandma. My grandma's name was Gloria, and she passed away from COVID in December of 2020. So in that winter, that first pandemic winter, when a lot of people were losing a lot of grandparents. And we haven't been able to have a memorial yet, but we're going to next month for both my grandparents, so that we can get the family together in a relatively COVID-safe time and spread some ashes and stuff. So this one's for my grandma.
You wake up in the early morning, pour yourself a cup of something sweet. Then you go out in the yard and see what's growing in the early summer heat. Somewhere a broken record's playing memories like half-forgotten songs. When somebody's gone, you stack up all the books and papers, photographs and stories that you know. Then you pack up all the boxes and you sweep the floor, and then it's time to go. Take all the things they saved and treasured, put them in a pile on the lawn. When somebody's gone, and they say your heart won't always hurt, but they don't say how long. Ain't it strange the body turns to dirt while love goes on and on. When somebody's gone, when somebody's gone. Every day the sun goes down and something comes to serve as a reminder of all the things you could have said and done if you were just a little kinder. It's plain to see that kindness was the only thing that mattered all along. When somebody's gone, and they say your heart won't always hurt, but they don't say how long. when somebody's gone. When somebody's gone. When somebody's gone. When somebody's gone.
That was pretty. Thanks, guys. A lot of people out there losing people, I'm hearing from these comments. I wrote that song right out there on my front porch. I live in a very beautiful part of the Lehigh Valley across from a cornfield, so it's really nice to sit on the porch and think about life and mortality. Try to do it every day. So that song is called When Somebody's Gone, and it is out right now on Spotify and all those kinds of things. It's on the new album Body of Work, which is coming out this year, but not all the way out yet. Body of Work is the album, When Somebody's Gone is the song, and it is on Spotify. Have some mint tea, guys. Soothes the soul. All right. What about Hot Night?
Yeah.
Let me switch. Man, my dogs are being so good and quiet, I'm afraid to even talk about it. Because they'll know. You know how dogs are.
They'll know.
I might bring them out for the Zoom party, so that's a good reason to become
to sign up.
to become a patron if you're not yet. You might get to meet not just Mochi, but also Hank. Hank is the real star of this household.
Hank is special.
He's got that star quality.
Yeah, he's got the stuff.
We a couple weeks ago, me and John had a little 3-day beach vacation. We went down to Atlantic City, where there's a beach called Longport Dog Beach. I shouldn't even be saying this because I'm letting the cat out of the bag, or the dog in this case. It is an actual beach on the actual ocean with waves, which is an off-leash dog park. So we went to it, and with our bathing suits, you put on the suntan lotion, you put the umbrella in the sand, you lay down on your towel, and the dogs just run around and hang out with other dogs.
Were the dogs coming up, like everyone's dogs coming up to you the whole
Everyone's
time?
dog just comes up to all the people, and everybody's just chill. You're like, yeah, well, it is a dog park, so obviously don't bring a sandwich unless you want a dog to try and eat it.
Do you have to have a dog to go?
No, you could probably just go.
You just be a weirdo with
Yeah.
no dog.
There actually was a guy. We went like 3 days in a row, and there was a guy in like a Jeep who I think just rolls up to the dog park and sits in his Jeep and like eats a candy bar and watches the dogs play and then leaves.
It's all right.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead.
I get it. Anyway, we're pretty heavily dog people here. Without Pat, this is a very dog-skewed band.
Oh, yeah.
Let's play Hot Night. Another Plowman Blanton co-write. The first. Ooh, I'm going to turn up the bass for this, can I? Maybe I can.
It's a hot night and I don't feel like sleeping. I got too much commotion running round my mind. Some kinda second sight. See the meaning of everything with the fever of the free and easy in the summertime. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to steal it. Ain't nobody gonna live it for you. You better feel it now. It's a hot night. Hear the dogs in the distance. Hear the men coming down the street, picking up the trash. It sounds like a fist fight, like a squalid existence. But they're singing in the dawning day like nobody asked. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to steal it. Ain't nobody gonna live it for you. You better feel it now. It's a hot night and I don't feel like sleeping. Lying next to my lover, knocking you house flower, like I'm drunk on whiskey sour down the street in New Orleans. Ooh. It's a hot night and I don't feel like sleeping, lying next to my lover that I need to get. So I say not quite, don't take this night away from me. I don't feel like sleeping. Said I don't feel like sleeping. I said I don't feel like sleeping yet. Woo, that was hard with that amount of bass in the phones, but I think it worked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it back down because I think it is distorting actually.
It's blowing up.
There's so little bass in our ears and so much bass somehow hitting the computer. It's amazing. All right, there's some new patrons: Rachel, Michelle, Darren, and Laura. See you at the after party. I know a thing that I haven't talked about yet in this show, which is the fact that despite getting our asses handed to us on tour this summer, we are in fact touring this fall. Fairly extensively. We have John Ganahi. Thank you for bringing that up. We are going to be playing in California, but not in Southern California this time, but in the other parts. We'll be in California and Oregon and Washington in November. We will also be in Colorado in November. And we will be in all these other states. There's a few different Pennsylvania, New Jersey shows coming up. One's coming up in just a couple weeks in York, Pennsylvania. And then we're playing Virginia as well for the Watermelon Festival in September. Then we're doing some Midwest and some South. So we'll be in Ohio and Indiana again, our favorite places. And then we'll be in Tennessee, Georgia, and even St. Louis. We're going back to St. Louis to the Blue Strawberry. And we would love to see you guys there. Because Lord knows, we do actually really have fun when we tour and when we play on stage. We're not just doing it for the money. Luckily.
Not yet.
Hopefully one day we'll be doing it just for the money. The money will be so good, we'll be like, do we have to? Oh, we have to, because it's just so, look at all this money everywhere. They're just throwing it at us. That'll be great. Anyway, touring is fun and we do like it, and that's why we do it. We have some new songs that we're going to be filtering into the set here in the coming months because we're going to be working on a new album pretty soon. And in fact, on that note, right after this show begins a songwriting retreat for me. So I'm going to be trying to make even more new songs this coming week. So send me all of your mojo. With that said, do you want to play Vim and Vigor or Jacket?
Let's do a Jacket.
Jacket. Cool. Hopefully Hank likes that.
Leave
it, Hank. Leave it. Leave it, buddy. You guys are doing fine. You don't have to leave it. All right. Somebody else wants to hear Jacket.
Is this cool now?
This, I believe, is cool now. I put it back at the original level, so we should be good.
Sweet.
Took a good long drive down the NJ Pike, thinking why you gotta be the type of boy I like, and why you act so dumb, all the books you read. You got a body like that, but you're living in your head. I make a quick pit stop at the Molly pitcher. Say you got a girl, but I don't see you with you. You say you want a drink, but I want something stiffer. You say I oughta keep it clean, I ain't a Swiffer. Well, I like your shirt, I like your jacket, I like to think about you when I whack it. It doesn't hurt, ain't nothing to it. Call me when you had enough of thinking, honey, let's do it. Let's do it. When we met last week in the elevator. Said I gotta feed a meter, but I'm gonna see you later. In the bar you were chewing on a Swizzler stick. I said you look so good, you're about to make me sick. We tried to take a walk, but it was too much. You only wanna talk, you know I'm gonna wanna touch. We tried to have a chat, but it was too scary. You're just a Democrat, I'm a revolutionary. Well, I like your shirt, I like your jacket. I like to think about you when I whack it. It doesn't hurt, ain't nothing to it. Call me when you had enough of thinking, honey, jacket. Yeah. A certain someone in their crate got very excited about that song.
And it wasn't me.
I shouldn't use any more of their words that they know. That's my bad. It's just very exciting for everyone. All right, good. What else is there? What else do we know that is a song? If you're in the comments being like, play this, play this, play this, I'm really sorry that I'm not reading the comments. John might throw one up if he gets a chance to, but if not, come to the Patreon after party and we will play your requests because we'll be able to read them all. Meanwhile, should we do shit list? We should do shit list.
Yeah.
We're only going to play shit list if you yell along at home. So this is the Shouting at Nazis song. I'm hoping some of you know the words already. That ain't the way we do it. That's your part. So if you've been feeling mad at Nazis, I don't blame you. It happens a lot. And this is a good place to get some of that energy out. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You come in at the top of my shit list, even though you look a little punk rock. You talk real loud, but you're totally witless. I think we had enough of you and your talk, so your life ain't the dream that you thought it would be. So you cry and you scream like a cat in a tree. You want a medal just for being a white boy. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. You got away with that shit before. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. No. No. I wish you'd never come out of that foxhole. Thought we were rid of you back in 45. Your baby Jesus won't save your soul. They said you better leave your neighbor alive. So your life ain't the dream that you think you deserve. And the kids on the street really get on your nerves. You want a medal just for being a white boy. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. You got away with that shit before. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. No. So you want a white nation?
That ain't the way we do it.
Mass deportation?
That ain't the way we do it.
Keep the white man rich and
That ain't the way we do it.
keep the women in the kitchen.
That ain't the way we do it.
That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. You got away with that shit before. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. No. Well, you say we should go back where we came from, thinking maybe that you should as well. Put your money where your mealy little mouth is and go right back to hell.
Nazi punks, fuck off. Hank loves that song also.
I think
He's
that freaked Hank out a
really
little
mad
bit.
at Nazis.
Yeah, I think he's excited. I think he's all pumped.
I'm gonna go just give him a little yak cheese. Joe, tell the good people something about touring this summer that we haven't already told them. We'll be right back.
Okay. Well, the first... Speaking of just money-losing ventures... Oh, there was a really mean baggage handling person. The first day we checked in to fly to London? Yes, and it was the Portugal TAP Air employee. And she was like, oh, you're checking bags? And didn't warn us that we should have bought them ahead of time. Because some airlines, you're like, oh, it doesn't matter if we buy them ahead of time. Some are like, if you don't, it costs 10 times as much. And she did not warn us of that before doing it.
Oh, she was so bad.
And with a great smirk on her face, she said, it was a lot of money. It was a lot of extra money. Yeah, many hundreds of dollars extra. And then we tried to get our bags back. We were like, oh no, we'll just do it online. We'll get out of line. Don't worry. And she's like, your bags are already on the conveyor belt. And she was so happy about that. She loved that. Man, don't fly TAP Portugal. I tell you what. And then we tried to go into Lisbon. We tried 3 different ways to go to Lisbon, like a taxi and a bus and a train, and somehow couldn't handle any of that and just sat sweating in the unair-conditioned Lisbon airport in the July heat.
Yeah, that did happen.
In the middle of a historic European heat wave.
That was a real waste of a day
Of
our lives. That was like, we're never going to get that day back, and you wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that day.
That was a bad day. Wow. John says we raised all the money. Wow. Yay! Man, sounds like we are getting recouped for those Air Portugal bag fees, too, in the end.
Yo, can you take it for 1 second?
Yeah. Okay, Joe also needs a break. I'll play a song without you. It's fine. I know songs.
I'll be RB.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing about traveling, and especially like COVID traveling, but any traveling in general is just that you can't know what the expenses are going to be. And that's one reason that it's very good to have a tour account with some money in it, so that I don't just go further and further into credit card debt for my entire life. Just because I've been going further into debt for the first 15 years of my music career doesn't mean I have to do it for the next 15. And you guys know that. You've been helping me out here, and I appreciate that very much. All right. I'm going to do a New Orleans song in honor of this New Orleans wall behind me.
New Orleans is crazy. There's nothing she won't do. And if you hang around with her, she'll make you do it too. From the mouth of the Mississippi to the banks of Pontchartrain, black and greasy be thy heart, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name. Ain't she just the sweetest thing you've seen? So long, New Orleans. So long, New Orleans. There ain't nowhere better. There ain't nowhere worse. And when you think she's blessing you, you're bound to get her curse. She'll feed you at a table, she'll show you to her room. But are you rocking in her cradle or rotting in her tomb? Rotting in her tomb. And she just the sweetest thing you've seen. So long, New Orleans. So long, New Orleans. New Orleans is tragic. There's nothing she won't lose. If she ain't taking water, she's giving us the blues. From the mouth of the Mississippi to the banks of Pontchartrain, black and greasy be thy heart, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name.
Good to have an audience. Love to New Orleans. I might finally get to go back there in October. Finally, it's been 2 years. Woo. All right. Tell a certain dog that we're just going to do a couple more and everything's going to be fine. So don't worry about it, Hank. It's okay, Hank. Leave it. I just gave him all kinds of stuff that he likes, including peanut butter, so I don't know what he's talking about now. Let's see. You want to do So Ferocious?
Sure.
Let's do it. Sing along at home. This is another shouter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up.
Walking through the city feeling so ferocious, I could take anyone. You ain't gonna see me run from you, no way, no way. Everything you said to me was so atrocious, you ought to take it back. If I had a punch to pack, I'd make you pay. You pay. I guess your mama didn't raise you right, and you wanna take it out on me. You're just a bully looking for a fight, but you didn't know that I could be so ferocious, so ferocious. You wake up every morning feeling so malicious, mouth full of sour grapes. When you see a smiling face, it makes you mad, so mad. Everything I ever do is so just I ought to cut a break. When I really contemplate you, I feel sad, so sad. I guess your mama didn't raise you right, and you wanna take it out on me. You're just a bully looking for a fight, and you didn't know that I could be so ferocious, so ferocious. Well, you think you're tough, but before long you'll see that ain't no way to live. 'Cause the stuff that makes you strong ain't what you take, it's what you give. I guess your mama didn't raise you right, and you wanna take it out on me. You're just a bully looking for a fight, and you didn't know that I could be so ferocious, so ferocious, so ferocious.
Yes. Yeah, guys. I'm supposed to say thank you, Raul, for the New Orleans graphics. Yes, thank you. Philip, oh yeah, I'm glad. Philip always pictures the girls in the video. At the time, they were all 9, and I think that was in 2016. So how old would that make them now? They're all 15?
40.
Yeah, good point. It's not just any 6 years
No.
that we've just done.
Big 6 years.
That was a big, whew. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before Trump and everything. Damn.
They've got 9-year-olds now.
Yes. They're all in their mid-30s with 9-year-olds of their own. Let's see. I want to do a couple more, and then we're going to just take a break for a certain canine in my life who really just needs us to be finished before we move on to the Patreon Zoom. Patreon Zoom after party. 2 more songs, then we'll do that.
To the Patreon Zoom.
To the Patreon Zoom. Hey. But gosh, I haven't decided what song we're doing. You want to do Baby Can Dance?
Well, yeah.
People love that song. Baby Can Dance, Carsey Blanton version.
Yeah.
Joe plays with another band, an excellent band, Chelsea Reed and the Fairweather Five, and they have done a cover of this song, which I find just delightful because they play for swing dancers. Swing dancers really like to dance to this song, and I don't play for swing dancers, so it became sort of an issue. But luckily, Chelsea Reed and her people took it on, and they did a wonderful version. But now Joe has 2 complete arrangements in his mind that are sort of competing. So let's find out how he does. 1, 2.
He got fame like a busted bike. He got face that nobody likes to see. Nobody. He got a thing or two to learn about love. He act like he ain't never heard of romance. So I give a chance. My baby can dance.
My baby can say.
My baby can swing.
My baby can swing.
My baby can shoot myself, so I don't need no other thing.
Who doesn't know the song?
My baby can dance.
My baby can dance.
My baby can swing.
My baby can swing.
My baby can hold me tight and let you drive my baby away. My baby can, we go out to the joint downtown. I dress up and he dress down, but it don't matter one bit, no, no. 'Cause we got something better than class. Who needs love when love don't last that long? Yeah, we need a song. And my baby can dance.
My baby can dance.
My baby can groove.
My baby can groove.
My baby can shut me up so I listen to the music and move. My baby can dance.
Baby can dance.
My baby can sway.
My baby can swing.
My baby can hold me down and let you drive my baby away.
Come on.
My baby can. My baby can dance, my baby can swing, my baby can shake me slow so I don't need no other thing. My baby can dance, my baby can hold me tight and let you drive my days away. My baby can dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We're going to do you one more and then go to the after party right after we let certain animals who live in my household out into the backyard to do some stuff that they do. I'm trying not to use any of their words, but it's not working out. They know a lot of words. See, there he is. It's okay if he sings along to this one because it has a dog in it. There's new patrons: Danielle, Judy, Chet, Donna, Bill. See you at the after party. Hey. This last one is called Buck Up. Please do sing along at home. We love you. We miss you. Thank you for all the money. That was really, really, really incredibly useful. I really appreciate it. Wow, that was actually quite a lot of money. You guys rule. I can't believe that I can count on you still after you've already given me so much. Thank you for sticking around. Thanks for coming to the shows too. We played a lot of shows this year, and they were all mostly really fun, the ones that we got to do. Thanks, guys. Here's Buck Up. We'll see you in a little bit.
So I sat beside my hound dog and I looked into his eyes. I said, what's the use of trying? And to my surprise, he said, buck up, baby, come on, sick 'em. Make 'em laugh if you can't lick 'em, and keep on shining like you know you should. When it gets bad, that's the way we get it good. That's right, Hank. Can you hear him? So I put my shoes on and I walked out in the street. The papers say we're on the way to starting World War III.
Oh shit.
So I took the hand of my paper man. I said, what we gonna do? Well, he just started laughing. He said, I got news for you. You better buck up, baby, come on, sick 'em. Make 'em laugh if you can't lick 'em, and keep on shining like you know you should. When it gets bad, that's the way we get it good. La 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 la. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. La 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 la. Well, you keep on shining like you know you should. Keep on shining, that'll get 'em good. They got the money and they're never gonna get enough. Honey, we got the love. Yeah. And we got friends who come out swinging. We get hit and we go on singing. La la la, like we know we should. La 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 la. Keep on shining, that's the way we get on good. We sing, buck up, baby, come on, sick 'em. Make 'em laugh if you can't lick 'em, and keep on shining like you know you should, yeah. Keep on shining, that's the way we get on good. Keep on shining, and honey, that'll get on good. Yay! Thank you, everybody, so much. Mwah. I love you. We're gonna take 15 minutes. We'll see you at 7:30 sharp at the Zoom after party for patrons only. Thank you guys so much. Really, 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 really. This one feels good. Mwah. Love you. Bye, guys. Mwah. Mwah.